Hi guys, good morning. I just wanted to do a quick video this morning because one of my subscribers sent me a link about parasitic oppression, it's called, and it's by a channel called Conspiracy Are Us. Apparently YouTube took it down and so they posted it on BitChute. I'll see about posting a link, if I remember, below this video in the comments section. Thank you very much for sending this because it has elucidated some stuff for me. Now, you know, in this journey, whatever you want to fucking call it, often enough we arrive at a level like a train station. You know, you're on a fucking train. It's like being on a train and there's all these different stations along the way. And you arrive at a station, you say, this is it, I've arrived, yeah, get it now. And then something comes in and you enter, you know, the train takes off from that station and takes you to another station, a higher station as it were, and gives you more insight. It's like, this is why I've always been really, you know, wary of people that claim to know what's going on and stay on the same level perpetually and never move and never change and never shift in any way, because that's bullshit, because this journey is always shifting, we're forever moving. Sometimes we move backwards, sometimes we move sideways, but when we do, I do find that it's always relevant and that we always get back on track in whichever way, and so it's all about being fluid and it's all about moving, you know, one way or another. I do believe we all get there, we will get there, that is soul travelers will get there one way or another. But it's not a straight road, it's more like all over the place. And right now I'm either going sideways for a little bit or I'm going forward, I don't know yet, maybe I'm even going back, but either way it felt very relevant because the guy describes well, entity manipulation, oppression and whatnot, and I haven't even watched all of the video yet actually, people. I've only watched a little bit of it, but he mentions physical symptoms that I have all had. And about 2 years ago I woke up in the middle of the night and it was summertime, so there was some light coming into the room, not much but a little bit, and there was a creature in my bedroom. And I've had this before. I've had many years ago when I lived in London, there were two beings in my room. They had pyramid-shaped heads and glowy red eyes. I know it sounds totally mad, but there we are. What can you do, right? It is what it is. You know, it hasn't happened often in my life, but it has happened. And anyway, it's the last few days especially, but I've always been aware, I've been aware of the constant stream of sabotage in our fields levied against us, into us as it were, for a long time. But the last few days I've become acutely aware of the sabotage, you know, the dark force that hijacks our mental processes, and it's always negative, always, like, you know, this is like you're doomed, you're fucked, you're screwed. There's so many, that it has thoughts. These are thought processes. They're thoughts that come into your head that you think or appear to think that cause a cascade of negative emotions. It's a kick in the gut. It's bad. This is what's been happening to a lot of us, I feel. Right? It's been happening our entire life. We never knew about it until we began to awaken. You start to realize that there's this voice. Look, I've spoken about this before. I generally call it the Wetico, but you know, it seems to me now that there is more to it. There is more to be discovered about this. suffice it to say that it feels to me that trauma, and I really feel I'm right about this, in fact I really feel this strongly, trauma is always the gateway. Trauma. When an individual souled being is made to believe that they are powerless and that they are worthless, that they have to go through life proving that they deserve to exist by obeying the law, believing in government, being a good person and giving to everything and everybody all the time whilst not accepting anything back. Self-effacing. Oh no, I'm really not worthy. I'm not good enough. Don't give me anything. Don't. No. Here, let me empty my entire bank account into your bank account, but don't do anything for me. No, just kick me to the curb because, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Do you remember that film? We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Christianity is very much geared towards that. Martyrdom, self-effacing, I'm just no good. And it's given to us as if it is a, it's a good thing. Oh, look at you, you're such a saint. You're so humble. This is the way to be, and everybody's given to think that you're this wow, yeah, you're an enlightened being because you live on your knees, you're a doormat, you're so enlightened. And you pay your taxes and you obey the law and you do as you're told and you allow yourself to be vaccinated and you wear your mask and you inform other people who are not wearing their mask. You are a good citizen. So you are a subjugated entity in every which way you might look at it. You are subjugated. You are a slave. You have no self anymore. You have no identity anymore. You have no I am anymore. There is no self-determination. There is no self-activation. There is nothing left. Of course, that was never there for the majority of the walking that we see walking all around us. That was never there anyway. But they are there to make you think that that is how it's supposed to be. You see, they're reality reinforcement officers. That's what they are. But when you are a souled being, you're a soul traveller, and those are really the only beings that I am interested in. Soul travellers, and there aren't that many of us at all. The person that sent me the link is a soul traveller, I know, because I can feel you. And very pithy, very astute, and, lovely, brilliant, good consciousness, and I like it, and it's good. But we are... From the minute we're born, we are under attack. The attack is subjugation of our will, our I am. Call it sovereignty, though I don't like that word. It makes you think about kings and queens, and I'm not into kings and queens or any kind of external authority whatsoever. I prefer to call it the I am. It is the innate fact that we are powerful creator beings of some sort. But we enter this world, and from the minute we arrive, the process of subjugation begins, and that is a demonic, parasitic thing. Some people talk about lush. Again, it's something that peripherally I'm interested in. I'm not going to get stuck on that level, in that room with those people and talk about that to the exclusion of everything else. I would never do that. I am a fluid being. All soul travellers are fluid. The journey goes on. We take that which resonates, information that resonates, we take it, but we don't stay stuck on any one level. We need to keep moving. So take that information, look at it. Yes, alright, you get it. So moving on, there's more, there's always fucking more. This jigsaw is very, very big. So we need to keep gathering the pieces. That is what we need to do, people. Dogma, right? That's a very clever ploy of the dark side to keep us trapped on a level. We become dogmatic. And we talk about, this is our area of expertise and this is what we talk about and this is the room that we stay in. That's it. To the exclusion of everything else. Right? It's a very stupid thing to do, but some people are doing that, I've noticed. And I say, get out of that rut. That's a piece of the jigsaw. It's not the jigsaw, right? The map is not the territory. People keep gathering information, keep allowing your soul, your true self, to show you the way. It knows how to put these pieces together in a creative way, and so you see truth. And the truth lies behind language. It lies behind the left brain, shadow self, which cannot make sense of anything. Because it is traumatized. It has been subjugated. It has been fed off by these fucking demons. Openings are created in our field, in our energetic fields, all the time because of trauma. Now, my childhood was designed to make me feel and believe completely, really, more or less, that I was utterly worthless, utterly powerless, and that evil always wins. That really very much was my experience as a child. It's like you're all alone, I was, surrounded by enemies, and evil always wins, and there is nothing you can do. I mean, that creates such terrible trauma and such terrible PTSD, which becomes complex PTSD. And yet at the same time, excuse me, that's also an impetus, really, because obviously it's because of that I can really see what's going on, you see. So it is a gift. It's a curse, but it's a gift. That's how this shit works. But how, if you think about it right now, why do you think so many people comply with the gaslighty, sadistic, cruel, malevolent, draconian bullshit going on in this world? Not just right now, but anytime, anywhere. Well, they do that because they have been subjugated, because their I am has been broken, eradicated, swept away. They literally are gibbering wretches. They are naked. They are emaciated in the torture chamber. But the awareness of that fact is gone. There's not, no, that's all in the subconscious, not there. So it's like, whatever they're told to do, they will do it unquestioningly. They are Stockholm Syndrome personified. They are fed off of, lush is gathered. They are a food source for the demonic entities who keep us pinned to this wheel, stuck to this fucking, in this realm. And trauma is what it's all about, people. We are subjected, we are tortured from the minute we come into this realm. There's no doubt about that. In fact, I was thinking about it this morning, because I was out on my bike a couple of days back, and I went round the back here just to explore a little bit, really. I bought myself an electric bike, so it's pretty good, and I love it. And I thought, right, I'll just go out and explore a little bit. And I'm cycling, and there's houses everywhere, there's asphalt roads, there's cars, you know, they smell, you know, car drive by, it stinks. You breathe that shit in. That's an assault. That's abuse. That's trauma. Yes, it is. That's torture. Of course it is. You're made to breathe in poison. How is that not torture, right? What the fuck? And I could feel the oppression of it all. The houses, the people, the cars, breathing in that fucking shit. The asphalt road. There was a dead hedgehog that just about killed me. Nature destroyed, attacked, tortured, murdered. And then all of a sudden, it was like, do a left here, do a left. So I did a left, and all of a sudden there was a green field. A beautiful green field. Long grasses, wild flowers, beautiful trees. And something, my whole body just went, oh, do you know what? Honestly, it felt like, wow, what a relief. So I went into the field, took my bike, went into the field and just sat in the field, and I was there. Oh, wow. So that showed me very, very clearly what we are subjected to. And for people that live in big cities that have no recourse to nature, actual nature. I'm not talking about Central Park, or if you live in Amsterdam, Vondel Park, places like that. I'm talking about proper nature. I feel very sorry for you, I really do. I lived in Amsterdam and I now lived in London, and I couldn't do that now. I could not actually physically do that at all, or mentally I couldn't cope with that at all. So all our lives we are completely bludgeoned and not with it. We're not awake, we're not aware, we're not at all. We don't even realise that we're being tortured every day. We don't realise that. And then we start to awaken. So, of course, that's why awakening is just about the most horrific thing you can ever go through. And it's funny because the Green Wizard said to me yesterday in a comment, he said, next time somebody tells me they're awakening, I'm just going to say, well, my condolences. And I thought, yeah, fucking yeah, that's it. Because it's not like, oh, fantastic, yeah, join the party. You know, it's not like that. No. So, and these people that you come across so much now, every fucking where there is one waiting for you with this beatific smile on their face, and they're so perfect and so squeaky clean. They're so, well, it's like they're on a steady diet of adrenochrome, because they always look fucking good, don't they? No matter what. Whereas we are here, the true soul travelers, we're looking like fucking shit. We're feeling like fucking shit. Because we are the real souls here. They are the NPC, mundane reality reinforcement officers that work for the fucking parasites, for the demons, telling us, no, you're getting it wrong, you shouldn't look at you, look at the state you're in. Look at the state you're in. You know, you should be happy, you should be looking great. This is what awakening is, feeling good. No, awakening is for the shells to fall off your eyes again and again and again until you know damn fucking well totally what the fuck this is. What this is. And trauma is the gateway into us. I know it. This is how the demons take possession. And I'm not saying we are possessed, but there is something there, because we have this constant stream of sabotage lodged within our own consciousness. You're no good. People don't like you. Don't bother doing that. You're not going to make it anyway. You're not going to succeed. Look at you. You're ugly. Look at you. You're growing old. Look at everything. Everything's forever decaying. This world's going to rot. No, there is no light. There is no love. There is nothing. You're screwed. You're finished. You're doomed. You're worthless. You're powerless. Oh, your neighbours, oh, they're fucking horrible. Oh, they hate you. Oh, they're going to come and get you. Don't stand in the light. Don't love yourself. You're worthless. You don't deserve to love yourself. You're powerless. If you love yourself, evil's going to come. It's going to get you. It's going to punish you. We know it. The Green Wizard, by the way, fantastic channel. A good friend of mine. Love him dearly. Go and check it out if you haven't been there. The Green Wizard, Ducky. He knows what I'm talking about here. In fact, his last video was fantastic. I watched it yesterday and it was like, oh, thank God. It is the best feeling in the world when you know, when you are in communion with another soul traveler who gets it. We are very fucking special individuals, us soul travelers. We are. We are always on the move. We're not stuck in one place going on and on about this particular type of conspiracy. No, we're interested in far bigger fry. We are literally like fucking rockets going up and up and up and up and that is who we and what we are. That is what we do. That is what we came here to do. And those fucking demons hate us. They do. Hence the onslaught that we have been subjected to in the last few days. It has been motherfucking dire. So, trauma, people, trauma. Start to mess around, play around with that. Start to understand what has happened to you. how you've been tortured and gaslit and manipulated to the point where your I am present, your true self, has been marginalized. It's never gone. They can't do that. We are soul travelers, you see. They can't destroy us. They know this. They hate us even more. The Green Wizard said it's like jealousy. I say it is true. It's envy and jealousy. And it hates us. Because I can feel the hate. It's like hot, fetid breath. Oh, hate, jealousy, envy. But it can't destroy us. It wants us to think it's this really powerful force of darkness and it's gonna put pay to everything and the light will be extinguished forever. That's what it wants us to think. That is the trauma. And when we think that, believe that, when we allow that to consume us, we may well give rise to that, if only for a time. A friend, just told me yesterday, don't allow it to consume you, because it's very easy for that to happen. It's so intense. For those of us who have had really abusive childhoods, especially, and subsequent lives where we didn't know our arse from our elbow, and we hung out with really abusive people because that is your normal, so you don't realize, you don't know how to differentiate, how to discern what is acceptable behavior, what is good behavior, what is abusive behavior. If you're used to abuse and we're told this is normal, then you're gonna repeat that is just the way it is, and then you get the whole of society telling you what a fucking loser you are and how you're not an achiever and ergo you're worthless, and there you go again. You see what I mean? It's fucking ugh. Because I know some of my subscribers, I know you've told me how dreadful your childhoods were, how you've been abused mentally, emotionally, physically, sexually, whatever, how it led to alcohol abuse or drug abuse. It did in my case. Know that you're not alone and there's no need for you to feel ashamed. Even when the whole world is looming over you, telling you how worthless you are and what an underachiever you are and how you're worthless because you don't own your own home and you don't have any status. There is a saying in the Bible, and I can't quite, but it's something along the lines of, a rich man can't go through the eye of the needle. Well, all these NPCs and all these order followers and all these mundane reality reinforcement officers and servants of demons are basically, they care about the wealth and the status and look at me, look what I have, and oh, there's an animal in the road, oh, never mind, fuck them, they're in the way, these types of scumbags. Well, it's hard. Even as I'm sat here sitting this, I realise I'm going into this again, and actually that's not how it is, and I need to remind myself of that, because if I allow myself to go into that, then again I'm feeding something, and I feel that rage and that hate, because of course they're not actually conscious. They don't have consciousness as such. They are like games characters in a computer game. That's all they are. So again, I need to bring that and say, okay, Anika, all right, bring that back. Because of course, why do I feel that way? Because they are an external manifestation. They are like they're saying, look, evil always wins, and no. But we need to do the work. Yes, the work does go on. We need to realize that. We need to see it, to understand the torture, the trauma, the PTSD, the CPTSD, the distortion, the intrusive thoughts, the constant stream of sabotage, of attack, of undermining. The only way to do that is to keep going within and to be brutally honest and sit with it. But to not let it consume us. And yesterday and the day before, it really did. Yesterday wasn't quite as bad actually, but Wednesday was bad, and it really did consume me. And have you ever noticed that when that happens, when it does consume you, because it is so dense and it is so dark, and it's gut-wrenching, it's like evil always wins, like the Dementors, You know, these creatures in Alien, you know, like that, sucking your life right out of you, and oh boy, your health takes a massive nosedive. That in itself tells you exactly why we are sick and why we grow old, because our life force is being drained out of us. Of course, our bodies are going to deteriorate. Old age is nothing other than being sucked dry, literally, people, and that's why we get sick. There is no need for there to be old age or death or disease, okay? Because where we came from, us real soul travelers, we came from this place where death did not exist, old age did not exist, disease did not exist. We had access to the whole multiverse, to all that is, and it is infinite. It is. We are infinite, and we came from infinity, and we had access to all of it. That might not even seem possible if you're thinking with your left brain shadow self. You're like, no, that's not possible. Or it might make you feel very uncomfortable, but it is what it is. You know, if it wasn't a case of, well, if I want to leave this place to go somewhere else, I have to grow old and die, or I have to get sick and die. No, why? You leave, you go there. You change yourself. You become whatever you want to be in that place. You know, it's simple. And then you think, oh, I've been here a while, I'll go back and see how they are over there. You go back there. You see, we have been completely fucking by the demons. Oh, mind control. You're so powerless, you're so worthless. Old age is natural, disease is natural, death is natural. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wise? Isn't it? Oh, you're so humble. We have been, you know, and they all go along with it, you know, and you get all the nice little fucking platitudes hanging on the walls about how wonderful it is to grow old. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. How wonderful it is to be sick. How wonderful it is to be raped. How wonderful it is to be fucking predated on by demons. They may as well, you know. I'm a proud food source for the demons. Yes, I am. Oh, please, suck me dry. You know. Anyway. Trauma has always been a gateway, people, because people that believe they are utterly powerless and utterly worthless are not going to love themselves. They're going to hate themselves. You're going to look in the mirror and you're going to hate what you see. You're going to hate yourself because you think that you are a worthless piece of trash, that you're powerless and that evil always wins. Ergo, that evil created you to torture you, to gather lush from you. And that is the be-all and end-all of it all. What does that engender? What emotions, beliefs, programs does that engender but self-hate, self-attack? That opens you up to the demonic forces to latch on, to start sucking. You grow old, you get sick, you're in pain, you're depressed, you're anxious, you feel like shit, you have this experience over and over and over again. But we are soul travelers and we came here to change that. That is what I feel. Now, hey, I'm not saying I know, and I'm nothing other than just another soul traveler talking about my own inner processes and stuff that I feel I have discovered. But I'm also fluid. Things change all the time. New information comes in, which changes my perspective because I'm a soul traveler. So let's keep doing that, people. And let us realize that self-love is the key to it all. Love is the fucking key. I know it. Because that is the one vital ingredient that is missing in this dark motherfucking nightmare that we find ourselves in. Trauma leads to self-hate, self-attack. I hate myself because I'm worthless and I'm powerless and I knew. It also makes you accept all the abuse. It makes you numb to all the torture and all the trauma. You don't even realize it's happening because you're numb. Because you believe yourself to be worthless and you hate yourself and you're numb. You don't feel anymore. You don't see, you don't feel. You're half dead. Oh, I better obey the government. I better pay my taxes. I better do this. I better. You know, and that's how everybody lives. And I tell you it's normal because that is their job. That's why they were created. To make you think that that is your natural state of being. Well, it isn't. And awakening is when love, which was always there anyway, it never went away, your true self goes, wake up, this is all bullshit, wake up, right? It's a rude awakening. It's tough to finally come out of that numbness and to realize what this is and what's being done. So, yeah. And sometimes, you know, we can't let go. Sometimes we find that we are in it, in the soup, in the shit, in the poison, like I was. Wow. But then you do come out of it. You do see, you do have more insights. You do get some really wonderful subscriber to send you this amazing link, which, wow. You know, my gratitude, truly. Deeply appreciate it. Love it. So, self-hate is what brought all this shit about, really. The trauma, the torture, the self-hate, all of this insane, fucking nasty, toxic poison. Self-love is here because otherwise we would not be awakening, people. We'd still be numb. We'd still be oblivious food sources for the demons. But we aren't. The light is rising. We are rising, people, despite everything. We are rising. So for any of you not familiar with The Green Wizard, go and check that out. I'm sure you will love the channel. It's really, really good. All my love to all of you. And, you know, remember, people, self-love is the key. Everything that it has told you, the sabotage in there, the external mundane reality reinforcement troops, it's a lie. Evil is the father of lies. It lies, it lies, it lies. If it tells us that we are powerless and worthless, then we are powerful and infinitely valuable. We are always the opposite of what it says. It has a lot of leverage because we've been through absolute shit. We are going through absolute shit, and it will use that against us every time. Remember that. That is part of the tricks. It has this box of tricks, and it's very clever. Very clever. And we've lived under its spell our entire life, right? So this is not something we just snap out of. It's a bit of a journey, people, but we can do this. We are doing this, and I love us all for it. Okay? Boom, boom.